Going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Famine from Famine Studios here. Hope everybody had a good time either watching Skeleton Crew or enjoying their evening. This is the last Wednesday before Christmas, I believe. So how is everybody? Good to see you. All right, let's say hi to the chat before we get started. Today we're going to be dirtying up Space Jude Law from the Skeleton Crew. Needs to happen. Far too clean of a figure for a pirate. Just got to get dirtied up. We're gonna use a couple of methods, but it's probably primarily going to be chalk, pastel chalks, a little bit of brushing. Nice, easy, relaxing night. Working on some crafts. Great mustache, great company. Glad to see you guys are here. So yeah, let's get going. Say hi to the chat. I will do my best to warn of spoiler talk. But beware, it's the internet. Let's see. David Dunn says hello. David, hello. All the gerbils at work. Triple D Outpost, what's happening? Bjorn, hello. All right. So let me get my thank you banners because it's like, it's the holiday season and I'm being thankful. So my patrons all the way across the board. Always appreciate you folks who come out and support the channel. Yeah, it's a big help to me, and it's a big motivator in a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. So hope that you guys like this form of content. I asked around. Some people were like, hey, why don't you, Famine, do like some beginner stuff? Not everybody is as good as you. And I'm like, well, I'm not very good, so that's not really fair. But we went back and forth. They threw a can of soda at me. Needless to say, I'm trying to try some newer techniques that people might want to give a try out for. So that's what we're doing today. But I have been enjoying the Skeleton Crew. I don't know about you guys. I gave it the first episode did nothing for me. I will tell you first and foremost, if you've seen any movie that came out from the year 1980 to about the year 2002 that had any combination of children on an adventure, you saw that very first episode. Is what it is. Second episode had my attention. Third episode last week was very good. This episode, really, big exposition, very exciting stuff. So I'm happy that we got that episode tonight. Today's episode is sponsored by patrons. I mean, they're responsible for it, but not sponsored by Blackberry and Mandarin Seltzer. Tangerine, excuse me. But love this stuff. So, like I said, basically, we're going to take a look at the Jude Law figure and we're going to weather him up a little bit, make him a little more dirty and in keeping with being a space pirate. Because, spoilers if you haven't seen any of the show. I'll do a countdown. So 3, 2, 1 to the spoiler from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he gets those clothes off of a corpse. So they're going to be dirtier. They're going to be dustier. So I want to just make it look like that. But otherwise, it's a cool figure. So we'll take a look at it. 500,000 notifications. Well, what did you do? Cool. So yeah, as I was going in, how is the music too loud? I apologize if it is. Let me know. We'll actually switch the tunes. But yeah, so we got Space Jude Law. I'm not calling him his name because he's got several monikers on the show, and I feel like we'll never know who he truly is. So got his figure. It is quite literally Jude Law in space. Comes with a removable scarf, which we saw him sneaking around in. These are going to be great for like background figures. A little, almost like a flintlock blaster. That's really cool. Like it's a pirate gun, but it's, you know, obviously it's a blaster tech, and you know, pants match the coat, almost like a circus performer. That was something that I picked up on, but the coat does come off if you put his arms back. You can, you know, take the jacket off as you would any of the other Star Wars figures that have the trench coat. So you could swap it out. You could do different arms, different jacket, maybe find something shorter. Alternatively, if you had, from tonight's episode, we see that shirt that he's got under there is basically Lando's blue shirt, his blouse. So if you got a set of Lando arms from we had 10,000 Landos in, you could take the jacket off and pop that on there and have a, you know, Jude Law from this episode tonight. So that's pretty cool. How pliable is the coat? Extremely. More pliable, I would say, than Cad Bane's. It's very, very soft. Comes easy on, easy off. You know, I could just pop and then pull it down. I guess I'll do it in case somebody hasn't seen it or doesn't know how or needs to see it visually. But yeah. That's what he looks like with his coat off. But he's certainly got the, you know, the cuffs from the jacket that match the trim. So you'd want to swap those out for, like I said, probably Lando's arms or even Lobot. Even Lobot's arms, you could put them on there. Make those like poofy, like a pirate shirt, kind of the Seinfeld gag. I don't want to look like a pirate. Yes, you can. But it's a cool jacket, and it's almost got like a snakeskin grid type pattern on it, which I liked. So it's got that kind of like organic, but also, you know, manufactured lining to it. And if you were going to make like for whatever reason, if you were making a 1/18 scale Joker, what up, Brad? If you were to make a 1/18 scaled, what's his name? Angel Face from Fight Club. Anyway, the actor who played the Joker in the Snyderverse, you could use this purple coat. But yeah, I'm digging that. But he's dirty. He's very dirty in the show, like sweaty all the time, and you know the clothes that he pulled are off of a dead body, especially the boots. So I want to weather this up a little bit, do a nice easy weathering thing. And another thing that they did that they didn't have to is they actually colored in the buckle on his pants, even though it's hidden behind the holster. So that's cool. They went the extra step, and the entire inside of the coat is lined with that pattern. So that's also cool. Leto, there we go, Jared Leto. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But yeah, a very big, I guess, Captain Hook, reminds me of Captain Hook, honestly, type jacket, but also has like kind of like snake leather jacket vibes. So let's get to weathering this guy up a little bit. So like I said on the show, you know, spoilers for the second episode again, just in case, but 3, 2, 1, he does have, I forgot what I was going to say because I had to put that spoiler warning there. Oh, yes. 3, 2, 1. He removes the clothes and the boots and everything from dead bodies to basically put his outfit together. So I want those to reflect that a little more. So all you're going to need is a blade I like using my X-Acto and a makeup brush or a paintbrush you can use. I just prefer a little dollar store makeup brush. They're $1.25 for like a 2-pack. Sometimes they're 3-packs. I'm sure there's holiday sets out right now at the dollar store that are very inexpensive. So pick up some makeup brushes because I use all the, all the different styles. That one's rounded, that one's more flat. I use the big ones, medium ones for dry brushing. They all serve a purpose. Yeah, you could put his head, Jude Law's head, on a suited body, and he could be a number of characters that Jude Law played and stuff, but also he could be a Vault-Tec salesman selling vault space. So since his boots, let's go ahead and take the jacket off again. Just want to be able to get in there, get all up in there. But I like that. I want to be able to see his pants because we'll weather up his pants too. But yeah, so we'll start with a dirty brown. So I just take my X-Acto. Let me get Rad's comment off the screen there. Thank you. And of course mine is there, but I take my blade and I just go back and forth until I've got a nice little pile of dust. Some people do this ahead of time. I think years ago when I made my videos using these, I also linked to, I think Jason Jensen did a set of these where he did them on his own, and a couple other crafters that do them on their own, put them in their own containers. But I just get a little pile of the shaving color that I want, and then I take my makeup brush. It's not wet or anything, it is dry. And then I just take it to the paper towel to see how heavy it applies, so I'm aware. And now I'm going to grab him, hold him by his torso, I guess, and, keep his hands out of the way. And we're just going to go heaviest on the bottoms of his shoes here. Get a little more. And as we go over, the layers that we put on will push into the cracks. So you'll get the browns deeper into the, the crevasses while other colors build up on it. And then just come around, hit the little straps on the bottom of his shoes. I think those are cool. Make sure you get the sides. I've learned that I'm bad for that. If I'm painting something, I will forget the sides if I'm not looking directly at it. And we'll get the back. And those are all new sculpts too, like the spats that are around the top of the boots to hold on. Completely new sculpt, new bottom of the feet. So that's really neat. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. We'll do a little terracotta next because it's kind of like an orange to brighten things up. Just a little bit. And here I just go on the paper towel to get that. It will stay permanently. I let it sit and then I go outside and spray it with super clear. That's half the Cantina Wolfman in Space Jude Law. Okay. Fucking Space Jude Law. But yeah, I take it outside and spray it with super clear, but I let it sit overnight. But it does hang out there. If you're not mauling the figure, like if you were just to put this in a display, this would be fine. You wouldn't really have to worry about it. But if you're like us and you pose things and you move them around, you're gonna want to seal in this. Like, see the difference? You can see at the top of the boots are a little of a darker color, and then it's got the lighter terracotta dust on there. And I could keep going. I could really bring it down so you see more of the original boot color, and now it's just chilling in some of the recesses. So I think that's pretty cool. And then any of that's left on the boots, I'm just going to go right around the knees, just a little bit of character. And seat of the pants, obviously places where people wipe their hands. We can all joke and be like, I don't wipe my hands on my butt. I've seen thousands of people do that all the time. Like they walk outside and, come out of the bathroom with wet hands. They wipe their hands on their ass. So, but like right on the sides, Again, on the knees, I just picked up a little more off that palette on the back. And then we'll do one more color, I think, on his shoes. No, we'll just do it on the pants. We'll do this yellow. And again, just using the flat of the blade and just going back and forth as it builds up a little pile. So I've got that yellow. Again, I check it on the paper. I'm not trying to jam it down into recesses or anything. I'm just hitting the highlights of the pants because I want those to stand out. It's too close to me. It's too close of a color to the jacket, right? Like it's freaking almost spot on, exact same color. So I'm kind of letting this dry brushing here bring some brightness to those pants so that when the jacket, just me setting it over here by the jacket, you can see it breaks up the color. But anyway, not for kids, Rad. But again, like I said, it'll stay on there pretty good. I just let it sit and, kind of settle and deal with all the humidity and stuff, which I'm sure has everything to do with it. But I also do seal them with some spray. All right. And so we'll take a little let's go back to the color that's in between this yellow and green here. I don't know what you'd call that. It's almost like a gold, a little warmer than gold, but non-metallic. Anyway. And then you're going to take your brush here, and when we see him with the shirt on, it's all kinds of sweaty and gross. So even though chances are you won't be able to see it, I'm doing his underarm area and around the neck, a little bit on the shirt. Come back here and collect a little more. Get it on that shirt there. Down here around the waistline. And on the back. I'm sure no one will ever see it, but I'm me. And so that dirtied that up a little bit more. All right. So we will do washes on Jude Law's face, mainly because the color palette does not match. Doesn't match. So we'll do a wash to kind of try and tie it together. But also he's got a 5 o'clock shadow that needs a little bit of love. So let's get the jacket on him, because we want to have that on there so we have even coloring when we do the sleeves of the coat. But I think it already looks much better. You're a wuss. Yeah, why are you knocking things down, Ant? You wuss. I don't know. And we're gonna do black around the bottom, blacks and browns, a little bit of dark here on what would be like where you pull your coat closed and all that stuff, or where you'd push it out of the way to get to your blasters. And there's two different, there's a black and then there's a dark gray there. And then we'll use the brown to kind of pick up some details, and we'll move from there. So we'll do this one first, this color first. So I got a little black on there. I guess that's a really, really dark brown, but we're going to roll with it. We're getting that all on the bottom of the hem of the coat, because that's where, if you ever have a long coat, it gets wet, stuff falls down. That's what bumps up against things when you sit with a long coat, when you lay it down. And also that's how gravity works. So any dirt, debris, detritus, debris, which is a cousin of debris, it's already starting to like pick up detail, soften, look nicer, I think. Give it a little more. Now we're taking some of this. And oh, thank you for reminding me. We want to make sure that we get the cuffs of the jacket. A little bit of that, because they will. And that just subdues that gold a little bit. It does add just another layer of depth to the work that we're doing on this. And you could honestly, if you could find like a sci-fi top hat, you could turn this dude into like a ringmaster for a circus. Like if you are one of those people that does the kind of sci-fi's up there chicken fried or Western, what is it? Chicken fried toys? Man, my brain just doesn't want to go. Chicken fried toy line does the space Western type thing with it. There you go. You can make yourself a little ringmaster out of this guy. Got this other color here. Oh, that looks nice. That's adding like a dirt coloration, like it's actual debris and not just staining. I like that. I'll put a little of that around the pockets, a little bit around the seams of the jacket there. And then we're gonna get some on here. Into the arms of the coat. A little bit down the seam because you want stain and collect, so we'll go into those ridges around the collar. Again, that on there. And now we've got a much dirtier, as far as clothes go, Jude Law. I like that already. But I think we can go a little more on the sleeves, I think for sure. And then we're going to do that wash we talked about on the neck and possibly a little on his face just to bring out some more of those sculpted details there because they are there. Just for the shoulders. I imagine this guy probably like gets punched in the face a lot. Like Indy. Kind of get that vibe. Indiana Jones sure does get punched a lot. So we'll do a little of this terracotta with the black right around his sleeves. And maybe that's like where he wiped blood off of his face. You know, a little bit of iron oxide. Who knows? It's a Star Wars. We have fun. And it's probably something only I'll ever notice. But, you know, is what it is. It's a Star Wars, like I said. Okay. Thanks, Space Jude Law. A little bit more grime on that. And keep in mind, you guys don't have to use the same weathering pigments that I do. You can buy your own, make your own, choose different colors. This is just a way to distress some of the shinier clothes that they send with your figures before you seal them, and it adds, you know, a little production value. It adds another layer of storytelling to your figure. Pocket, we want the pocket to be nice and dirty. And yeah, I'm digging that. That looks way more in tune with what I'm seeing on the show. So that's super cool. Oh, Timber. And I guess I can do his little scarf that he wears. We could dirty that up. We'll do the terracotta. We'll do the terracotta and we'll do the green. You say, Famine, why the green? Why now amongst all this? And I say, why not? Right? It's It's just color theory. These are earthy natural colors. Might be on the same thing together. Mash all that in there. Get it in all the cracks, all the grooves. Nice and beautiful. And then I'm just taking the brush, pressing it down one more time, and I'm going to leave it like that, and I'll seal that. So that part's out of the way. Again, these are just easy. I think I paid like, I've had these for 4 years now. I think I paid, maybe it was regular price $10, but I had like a 50% off coupon at Michael's. So these things will last you. And just a safety knife and a little makeup brush. So now we're going to do, I think we'll do a wash on his neck. And we're going to see what kind of washes we've got. I did dirty the Pirate Twink up. Yeah. Bjorn says, need a few of these for refugee type festivals. That'd be fun. All right. So we got some washes over here. We got what we got for the people here? We got a Fire Slayer Flesh. We got a peach. Where is it? We got a peachy flesh. We got those there. Oh geez. We've got a null oil, but I don't think that's the one we want. And we've also got a black wash here. So maybe we don't have as many washes as I thought we did. I've got some inks. We've got some acrylic inks. So we'll see what happens here. All right. And if you're wondering, like, famine, where did that come from? I too am wondering where that came from. I think we will go with a little bit of the peachy flesh. I'll do his mouth first, just his lips. Just your lips. Gently to mine. Okay. I'm just using this pink peachy flesh wash to do Jude Law's lips and just inside of his ears. And because it's a wash, it runs to all the low points and kind of fills those in. So now his ears actually look like people ears, which I guess is the kind of ear you want. And I did a little bit of the wash into his collar, where the clothes meet, to kind of convey the shadow, but also convey coloration. And now we're going to experiment with fire to flesh. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on this brush, get most of it off. It looks like a dark brown, so I'm going to be real careful here. But I just want to go underneath from the corner of Jude Law's eye underneath and let it press against the scope there. It's going to look like a black eye for a hot second. Then I'm taking my brush and I'm just fading that into the cheek. I'm taking my big fat thumb and doing the same thing. Way easier, way more effective. But yeah, that actually added a nice little bit of life to this figure. And I think so he's got two spots here where the hair paint doesn't meet his widow's peak. I'll show you. But let me just do one more thing here. Turn this sideways. Penetrate the tip. Get a little peachy foot. Okay. Gonna take. He's got these like brown lines, focused brown lines in between his. There we go. Just a little bit of paint, a little bit of a wash. Really helps. And it's 5 o'clock shadow. All right, now I need to fix the hair. That's gonna bother me. And I mean, kudos to Jude Law for holding on to its hair for so long. But yeah, you can see if I tilt the figure towards me on his widow's peak there. Excuse me. Looks like it needs a little dark brown. So I'm just going to touch it up because it will bother me. And I will wet down my brush so that the paint isn't too thick. All right, and I'm going to pull this up to my face out of camera, so I apologize. Can't see it. Look at me go. One more second. Fixed it. Aha. All right. So there we have, I think, a subtly yet much better pirate Jude Law, who apparently may or may not be a Jedi, but I don't think he's a Jedi. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I truly am. There we go. So we're back here. So let me bring up Space Jude Law. I'd like him to stand up, but I think we did a better job. I'll post some pictures in my story. But yeah, I think that's a much better figure now. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. And people use a similar trick, distressing leather and fake leather with baby powder for prop costumes. So kind of where my thought bubble went from. And I was able to pick up Osha and her sister May. I'm looking forward to opening these up. Might open these up while I chit chat with you guys for another hot minute. But Osha already looks like a figure that's well worth picking it up, and I got them. They were on sale for 11 and 12 or 11 and 13. But yeah, I mean, Osha comes with a pip droid, her blaster, a smaller backpack that's brand new, holster. Yeah, I could absolutely see getting a an army of Mays. Get an army of May and have them be like Night Sisters or something like that, or whatever her coven was meant to be before the children threw their temper tantrum and review bombed the show. And I'm not going to get into it. Osha's your figure of the year. That's awesome, dude. I like it because, not for nothing, but there's not a lot of ethnic female figures with natural hair. So that's cool. I could use this skin tone on the forearms and stuff for another Vi Marathi figure. I could also do the, another custom of the pilot from Jurassic World Dominion. So I like that. I like that there's more representation, and I like that there's twins, and I like that there's cool stuff. And the holster is separate, so you can throw the blaster into the holster. I think that's what goes in there. Yeah, and the droid has its own, or is this the droid's pouch? Nope, the droid's got its own pouch under pants. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just work here. Fabian, you could look at the picture. Nah, I'm not going to do that. There we go. Do it the old-fashioned way. Backwards and wrong. But yeah, got a little holster for the blaster. Nice medium build figure. Again, the belt. The belt is is that a separate piece again? No, that's attached on there, but you could absolutely trim that off. That's cool. Little droid goes in the thing. There, she's got arms that move. I like it. I like the face sculpt too. It really's got her likeness and her kind of like positivity at the start of the show when she initially has this outfit and we see her. Vest is removable. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so is the backpack's removable. Cool. And they did sculpted details. They colored it. Could use a wash, but an extra Jyn Erso belt holster. Like one from Ollie's, maybe. Maybe. And then open up her sister. I'm really hoping they fast track the Stranger to the TVC line, because we have everybody else basically mainline characters from this except for him. So like kind of want it. Plus, somebody with his build, you could make a lot of figures. Again, different ethnicity on your shelf. You could make acolytes with him. Or dock workers. He was a little shop, a seller guy, so they probably give him his poncho, that dope lightsaber. We don't have the little tracker alien, but humans first, okay? Humans first. Ooh, this purple cloak ant would be fantastic. It's actually purple on my end, not on the camera screen. Would be good for some of the Clone Wars Jedi. Hell yeah. Great outfit on there too. The chainmail, the long hair. Good articulation. Hell yeah. She's got the face mask. So you can slip the face mask under her hair, I think it goes. Or does it go over her hair? Looks like under. Well, either way, you can have her be a ninja. And you could put the hood on. Or she could just be somebody passing through. And you'd never know. And you could, yeah, that's really dang cool. Scarf, she got blades. You just throw that hood up and no one will ever notice that's her walking through. Do the blades have holsters? That was one thing I was wondering, because she kind of produced those out of thin air. Like, I imagine they were in her waist. Also, not for nothing, but this upper torso, I could see some sick Rey customs coming out of this, or other, female characters. The armor on here too. You could do a Mandalorian and use that armor as have her be an apprentice or a young foundling or whatever. It's got the high collar on there too. That comes. Oh, I bet that comes off. Let's see. Pop the head off. Yep. You can take her necklace off as well. So you can take off her neck scarf and then swap it for... Oh, I see. Cool. Yeah, there's so much potential in these figures. I hate that, and I said this before, regardless of how well this show does, unless it did like super gangbusters, it was doomed in stores because it's right up against the holiday repack. And lo and behold, we're up against the holiday repack. So I'm glad I was able to get those figures for as inexpensive as I was, but I'd love to get a bunch more OSHA and at least a couple more Mays. There's a lot of potential there and a lot of bits and pieces that you can utilize to make figures. You do have catching up to do. You have mustard to do as well. Get it? Ketchup and... I'm not an adult. I shouldn't be allowed out of the house. So much better now. And I've got Osha and May. You'd be like, what up, Space Jude Law? Got my goth stompy boots on, and they're not very tall making. I'm going to kick you in the face, Jude Law. Jude Law would be like, I'm a Jedi, but maybe I'm not a Jedi, but maybe I am a Jedi. Very confusing times. But yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to do a stream before the holiday, if I can help it. But if I don't talk to you, swing on over to Patreon, say hello. I'm going to be putting up a couple of freebie posts up there for the holidays, and also just chatting with you guys, giving you guys a sneak peek, the people that are signed up for a couple of things. I want to thank everybody who's joined me for the year, watching these streams. I appreciate you. It is quite literally hard to believe it's December 17th. Like, it does not feel like the holiday season, but glad you're all here. Glad you came. Glad you're staying. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You can pick up a shirt at tpublic.com/user/FaminStudiosX, or you can search me there, ko-fi.com/FaminStudiosX if you want to buy me a coffee or several. Helps me get through the busy times here. But you can donate there, or if you want to just check some stuff out, there's all sorts of links. You can look across the top. Instagram, FaminStudiosX. So I hope you guys are well. Hope everybody's healthy and happy. I will talk to you guys before the holiday, and if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. We'll see you soon. Kwanzaa as well. Frank Sinatra. Easter.